The arrival of Domingo de Ramos, or Palm Sunday, marks the beginning of Semana Santa, the most sacred week in the Christian calendar. Across Spain, Latin America, and the Philippines, the faithful gather to commemorate Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem. Palm fronds sway, bells toll, and the streets come alive in a solemn yet joyful procession of faith and tradition. Welcome to my barrio, my mundo, for places, events, and cultures. In Seville, Spain, Domingo de Ramos is a spectacle of grandeur. The air is filled with expectation as the first processions of the week step onto the ancient streets. Among them, La Borriquita, a float depicting Christ riding a donkey, leads the way, surrounded by children waving golden palm leaves. The city vibrates with the deep, resonant beats of drums, the scent of incense, and the hauntingly beautiful saitas, spontaneous flamenco prayers sung from balconies above. On to the north, in Santiago de Compostela, the legendary city of pilgrims, Palm Sunday is steeped in history. The Grand Cathedral, the final destination of the famed Camino de Santiago, becomes the heart of the celebration. Pilgrims and locals alike raise their palms high as the Archbishop blesses them, a ritual that echoes through the centuries. The processions here are deeply spiritual, as the faithful reflect on both Christ's entry into Jerusalem and their own journey of faith. Across the Pacific, in the Philippines, Domingo de Ramos is a vibrant and deeply personal act of devotion. In towns and cities, faithful devotees dressed as biblical figures reenacting Christ's arrival into Jerusalem. The streets are lined with families carrying intricately woven palaspas, ornate palm fronds, waiting for the priest's blessing. Devotion is palpable, as prayers and hymns fill the tropical air, marking the beginning of a solemn yet hope-filled week. In Mexico, Palm Sunday unfolds with a mix of solemn tradition and theatrical devotion. In the colonial town of Pasco, actors in period costumes bring the biblical scenes to life, as Christ on a donkey is led through the winding streets. Let's stay in Mexico because there's one district just around Mexico City where this tradition is deeply rooted. Iztapalapa, where thousands of faithful gather to witness a tradition deeply rooted in faith, history, and devotion. As the sun rises, the streets come alive with the sound of drums, prayers, and hymns. Participants dressed in biblical attire retrace the steps of Jesus of Nazareth as he entered Jerusalem. As the center of it all, a young man portraying Jesus rides a humble donkey, while the crowd waves palm fronds and shouts, Hosanna, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. The atmosphere is eclectic with emotion and reverence. Families, pilgrims, and visitors line the streets holding their blessed palms, symbols of faith and renewal. The procession winds its way to its historic Parroquia de San Lucas Evangelista, where prayers are offered and the faithful prepare for the solemn journey of the Passion Play in the days to come. This sacred tradition dates back to 1843. It is not just a reenactment, it is a living testimony of devotion, sacrifice, and community. The Palm Sunday procession in Iztapalapa is more than an event. It is a spiritual experience that unites generations, keeping the story of Jesus Christ in the hearts of millions. At the heart of the Andes, in La Paz, Bolivia, Palm Sunday takes on a distinctive cultural flavor. Here, the faithful weave together Catholic tradition with indigenous customs, carrying intricately woven palms adorned with sacred symbols. The processions wind through the city's steep streets as participants pray for blessings and protection. In smaller villages, traditional dancers add a unique touch to the celebration, blending Catholic reverence with Andean spirituality. In Ecuador, the colonial streets of Quito witness a striking Palm Sunday tradition. Thousands gather in front of the Grand Basilica de Voto Nacional, holding blessed palms and olive branches. Hooded penitents known as cucuruchos in solemn silence, symbolizing humility and devotion. The sight of the faithful clad in purple robes processing through the streets is both haunting and awe-inspiring, a powerful reminder of the journey of faith. From the historic streets of Seville to the mountain cities of the Andes, from the plazas of Mexico to the islands of the Philippines, Palm Sunday is more than a tradition. It is a living testament to faith, unity, and devotion. It is a day the world remembers the King who entered Jerusalem, not in grandeur, but in humility. A journey that would lead to sacrifice, redemption, and resurrection.